There you are.
Wow.
So you didn't text me?
Yeah.
Turn this phone off.
Well, did you get enough last week on your first assignment?
Not scared.
Got a couple stories.
Just thinking,
Where's your entourage?
they're working.
He's back. Welcome. Thought maybe we'd
We
scare
didn't
you.
run them off the first time.
You've been busy, right? Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss you. Just kidding. You got some good on. I got a lot of them by.
Yeah.
One color for all the color shirts. Some people all shows up with them, some of them not good on the typo or I don't, it's after wash.
And it's nothing against
It's maybe you can wash them before you take them.
I want those shirts. That's what I want.
Who's that lit that road?
Might be better.
Because pure cotton.
Durham? Okay. Up there close to where the cemetery is.
Yeah.
That goes off to the cemetery.
I know what you're talking about. Everything's low, 120.
That kind of looks like area there.
What's your back?
Guess tomorrow we start on the courthouse project.
Yeah,
Tomorrow morning.
yeah. 8 o'clock.
Eight.
That's where I need to put that.
Supposed to be
What
on.
do I need to bring? Back up?
You're still pretty,
Extend the middle?
yeah. Yeah, I think you bring it.
Okay, need anything else?
Needs to go.
Skid steer?
Yeah.
Move the dirt? Need any, we still got some of
We
that,
bring some T-posts.
yeah? We need some plywood.
Well, we can take equipment here. On those connections sticking up, we need to put T-posts beside them to hold them steady so we don't break them off.
Okay. Don't need some plywood, put the dirt on top of the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on the grass.
Put it on the grass.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court setting a regular meeting Monday, July the 16th, 2018. It is 9:30 a.m. I'll make note that this meeting was posted in the manner and for the time required, that all members of the court are present. If it's convenient for you, please stand for invocation and pledges. I'll be led by Commissioner Pruitt.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We ask that you be with those who are sick, the families of people who are sick, and we ask that you be with the people who have passed and be with them and bless their hearts. Lord God, we ask that you be with our military overseas. You take care of the soldiers who protect us every day. We ask that you guide and direct us, overseeing Young County's future projects, whatever we need. Oversee us, help us make the right decisions. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Item number 3, public comments, announcements, and presentations. These are no action items that we'll grant about 5 minutes per individual, with probably a limit on maybe 3 speaking on the same subject. Is there anything that the court has to announce? I can't think of anything. I didn't have anything on no action items. So any one of y'all will have to speak.
My name is Wade Bragg. I reside at 488 Como Road in Liceville, Texas. And First of all, judge, commissioners, volunteers, employees of the county, I'd like to say thank you to all of you for your service and dedication to the citizens of Young County.
Appreciate that.
I know what y'all do is very thankless most of the time. You only hear from people when they're wanting something or want you out for something. But I personally want to thank each and every one of y'all for what you do. Second item I'd like to discuss is our volunteer fire department. We have 5 stations in the county, and there's a contract between those and the county. It's my understanding there's $70,000 allocated to that contract to support these stations, to buy fuel, tires, to maintain their equipment, and also pay for their insurance for their vehicles, their stations, and their workers' compensation. So out of that $70,000, it's also my understanding the first $35,000 go to that insurance. So that leaves $35,000 to be split up between the 5 stations. So that's $7,000 for each station. I'd like to ask that y'all consider in your next budget an increase for the fire department funding and their contract, because as y'all know, it's very difficult to maintain that many vehicles that they have on that kind of a budget. We have some very good volunteers out there that dedicate a lot of time and they give a lot of money. Their only other source of revenue is fundraisers that they do. I know most of them will have like a fish fry or a barbecue or something like that to raise funds, but over the last few years, we haven't had the contributions to those that we've had in the past. Another problem that we're having in the county is absentee landowners that purchase land and don't live here. That property's allowed to grow up, it's not taken care of it like it was prior to that, with people living on the land and it becoming their living that they depended on. So our fire hazards are a lot greater than they used to be. But I know I'm limited to just 5 minutes, but I sure would appreciate y'all's consideration on some funding. It's been flat for 5 years, $70,000. Hadn't been an increase, and cost of everything is going up. I thank y'all for your time, and again, I thank y'all for your dedication.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Bragg.
Mr. Bragg.
We appreciate the volunteer fire departments too, a lot.
Is there any question that the court would like to ask Mr. Bragg?
We're gonna have the volunteer fire department budget hearing later this afternoon.
No, because Wayne's not here, so.
Okay.
We're still
I
going
believe we do have
We've got
We're still-
Grace is here.
some board members here.
Are y'all gonna go ahead and present today? Okay, okay, yeah, come on. They are.
That's great. We'll have lots of questions probably at that time, because this is once again.
Anybody
public
else that wishes
presentation.
to present in regard to this or any other matter?
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take that under consideration. Okay, court have anything? Think of? Item number 4. Consider county clerk minutes of previous meeting, that being July the 9th, 2018. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Rogers to approve those minutes as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. 5, consider treasurer's financial report, updates on security pledges. You have anything?
I have nothing to report.
Nothing? We've got no money?
We got money,
Oh, we've got some money?
we got a little bit.
You did that better than me. Nothing to report.
Okay.
I'm sure I won't say that. Nothing.
Okay. Okay, we'll consider auditor's budget amendments, payment vouchers.
Vouchers. I always have something, y'all know that. On vouchers. Since we're doing runs every week, I don't have, they're not as big as what they normally are. This total voucher run is $24,911.54. And out of the general is $22,630.31.
So moved on the voucher.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, and second by Commissioner Rogers to approve payment vouchers as presented. Note that there are no budget amendments.
But there's the rest of the story.
All in favor? Okay, carried 5-0.
And,
Eating this elephant, small bit at a time it is.
I know, I do. The county clerk is getting a credit card reader. And from that data, the charges are $245. Request to pay that out of county technology, which has $3,715.
$245 per
No, it's just.
one-time charge.
Yes,
It's just purchasing them.
that's getting the reader.
$245 from
Court technology.
What's that card going to charge?
You'll do them separately.
He doesn't charge us anymore.
Okay. So move on.
Second.
Okay. Pruitt. Wiley. Motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Wiley to approve purchase credit card reader for the county clerk at a cost of $245
Yes.
and to be paid out of the court technology fund. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5-0.
And JP1 would like to purchase a desktop scanner. They want to pay for it out of JP Technology, which has $41,591 in it. And the cost is $699.99.
So moved.
$699 what?
.99. It's nearly $700.
I'll second that.
Motion by Wiley, second by Sykes, to approve the purchase of a desktop scanner from JP1, purchased from the JP Technology Fund at $699.99. Is that correct?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, I believe we have in your packet, deeds, item number 7, discuss, consider tax resale deeds for the Brandon Fielder, Collins and Mott. Those are our delinquent tax attorneys to get this back out on the market. I believe there was a sale. We've got to approve that if we want to get that back out there. It's for 1203.
Gamron.
Huh?
Gamron.
Gamron?
Gamron.
Gamron? Doesn't look like that.
Gamron.
Only Texas.
It's like warm.
Bid amount was $1,100 and the appraised value is $4,520. The next deed is for 311 West Hamilton in Alny, Texas. The bid amount was $1,050. The appraised value is $9,500. And the third property is 1013 West Elm in Alny. The bid amount of $1,287 and appraised value of that property at $11,720.
I'll make that motion to approve that since the other entities have already signed off on
I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Rogers, second by Commissioner Sykes to authorize the execution of those deeds. Then 1203, what you call that?
it.
Gammon? Gammon, 311 West Hamilton, and 1013 West Elm in Ollie, Texas. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5-0. Okay. Item number 8 is consider Pitney Bowes contract for new email machine. Please come give us some.
This is what I discussed with Roger.
Has anything changed since you?
No, it hasn't. I did ask him when it would be installed, and it would be installed the next few months, but we would not start paying that till November. So, but it is a little bit more for the quarter, but we should save enough from what they use in certified fees to make up the difference.
Why is that charge smaller?
I don't know, it's something that this machine does, and because it was, he showed what,
You said it's certified?
yes, and several of the
Certified,
offices
maybe
use it.
certified.
Well, I think that certified mail is a little less expensive to do when you put it through a machine rather than when the post office having them
But the one we
use
have
their
now,
labor to do it.
Yeah.
the one we have now doesn't do that.
Revert to
Get
technology.
certified mail through there?
Do
Through
it
that
now.
machine? What have we got?
Or if you do it through
Yes,
there
you
now,
can track it too.
but it's just, for some reason, it's more expensive. This other one is gonna do more, I guess, that makes it cheaper, because he showed that, should say, I can't remember, I had that other thing.
That sounds like we've been being overcharged.
Well, I know. Well, it
The real
does.
reason there, Judge, may be that they're wanting to phase out those other machines and they're buying those others down. Next
It's got
contract
the
may be different.
electronic return receipt on it, which saves $1.25 per piece, so that's one thing. Is that what you use, the return receipt? So when you do it through the machine, it's cheaper than taking it to the post
Okay.
office.
How long have we had that machine?
Several years.
Yeah, we purchased it probably 8 years ago, maybe.
Well, we're still, we're paying for it quarterly. Also, which is
A lot of mail going through it.
like lots of mail.
I
think
move
the
we,
price is gonna go up on it.
We execute this Pitney Bowes contract for the new mail machine.
I'll second that.
Pay quarterly.
You'd be surprised if you would, whether the savings are being realized.
What's
I know.
See, it says
the
right
amount
there,
there?
The amount is 720.
720.41 monthly.
Here's the quarterly,
2161.23.
yeah, 2161.23 quarter.
2161,
Yes, sir.
23.
Yes, and right now it's like 2,000.
That's for 60 months,
60 months.
5 years.
Better see that 60.
But that's
I think it's 60 or 80.
one of these 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so, item number 8, is consider Pitney Bowes contract. We've got a motion by Commissioner Sykes, a second by Commissioner Wiley to execute contract with Pitney Bowes for replacement of their current postage machine at a cost of $2161.23 per quarter, correct? To begin in November. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Save us a little money.
Supposed to, and give us an upgraded machine.
This will be updated by internet or by telephone?
I think they're done by internet, because we load the postage on there, by phone. Nancy calls it in and they load it on.
I just wonder if this technology is there, as far as getting your postage in.
Everything's different, everything's more upgraded, and
We don't have to have a dedicated phone line for that machine, though, do we?
No, I don't think so. There's not a phone line.
Item number 9 is discuss, consider contract for tractor from American National Leasing. This is Commissioner Precinct 2, Mr. Pruitt.
Yeah, it was just time for a new tractor. Got, where our old tractor didn't have reverse no more, and sometimes the back wings would come up and sometimes it wouldn't, so we traded it in and got $4,000 for it. And found us a John Deere, new one, 90 horse tractor. So paid 20 down on it and financed 25,000.
So it was a trade deal.
Yeah. Financed at 25,885. Have a motion.
Finance, that's
25,885.
I'll second that.
Quality folks pretty good to do business with.
They were real good. Cody Walker's got dealt with. He was exceptional. Good size.
Okay, who has a second on that?
I did.
Wiley?
You bought that tractor.
Yeah, I did.
I've seen that.
Okay, let's see, we've got a motion by Commissioner Pruitt and a second by Commissioner Wiley to execute a finance contract with American National Leasing. The finance amount is $25,885, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
On a tractor trade. All in favor? Yeah, good deal.
Sharp hearing there, Stacy.
I'm gonna leave that, because I didn't marketplace finish on
You
this
sleep
one.
love to hear.
You know the routine.
Probably a good combination.
Wings were getting high.
Yeah, no. Dangerous.
Okay, item number 10 is discuss, consider requesting sealed bids for the sale of one 2008 430 Cat backhoe assigned to Precinct 4, Jimmy Wiley.
Yes. Backhoe's been on 11 years. And I've already got one lined up, I'm gonna take bids on this.
How many hours on this tractor?
I think there's 1,900 hours, something like that on it, or is. We use it all the time. It's one of my old Tandy piece what I got.
Okay, you want to request sealed bids, will be received
On the 6th of August.
on the 6th of August.
Let's accept them till 4 o'clock on the 3rd.
Okay.
That'll be
4 o'clock
that
on the
Friday,
3rd.
and then we'll have them ready to open in court on Monday the 6th, maybe 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
To be received by Friday,
At 4:30?
August the 3rd.
Yes.
Forward.
4.
August 3rd, 4 p.m. Open. August 6th, 10 p.m.
10 a.m.
8 p.m. now, that'll be right. I hope it's not 10 p.m.
I'm not sitting up here that late.
You're making me tired.
Okay, all in favor?
I did.
5-0. If you'll, if Cheryl can already.
Already got it. We already got a deal written up and everything. All we got to do is add the hours on it. Send it out and everything, get the, we're gonna try to get it in on this Wednesday's paper. What's your deadline on your paper? 3
Monday.
Monday.
3 Monday?
Okay, I can get it, I can get it on.
Wednesday paper actually comes out Tuesday evening.
Okay.
Sworn in at 1:30.
Yeah. We're gonna send her out to the other people like we have before and stuff.
Okay, item number 11, discuss, consider requesting seal bids for the sale of one 2011 cat skid steer assigned to precinct 2 Map Red.
We're selling ours and trying to get some bids on it. I gave Cheryl all the information in the paper. So I'm with Jimmy on the August the 3rd at 4 p.m. and then open them on August the 6th at 10:15 a.m.
How many hours is that? 100? Is it what, tracks or tires?
Tires.
How many hours?
Weird. Wheeled.
121. 121.
Yep. It's just too small.
What size is it?
It's a 216B. It's small.
216, it's like that little new column back.
It is. It's just too small.
Well, that's nothing.
No, if it does, you go forward. Yeah.
Go on your nose.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Pruitt, who got the second?
I'll second it.
Who got the second on that other?
I did.
Pruitt?
Me.
He's 10, I'm 10.
Motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Wiley to request sealed bids to be received by August 3rd, 4 p.m. and to be opened in court on August the 6th at 10 a.m.
10:15.
Is that correct?
10:15.
10:15.
10:15.
We'll take it.
Okay, yeah, 10:15. Let's see. Eight, three, 18, 14, open. 8, 6, 18, 10, 15. All in favor? Item number 12, discuss, consider chip seal bids, precinct 1 and 3.
SPI has rescinded their bid. They're no longer in the mix, so I therefore move that we consider the Lippman bid as accepting that bid.
What happened?
The materials difference between the town and SPI. We just couldn't get together. Stacy wanted to use one material. I was going to go with the bid that they had, and it was just, he decided he just didn't want to keep refiguring numbers for multiple types of jobs, that sort of thing, so he just rescinded his offer.
That's okay, we really can't negotiate bids before we accept something. We want to talk back and forth differently with the people that submit the bids.
The questions were, what does that bid pertain to?
Yeah.
What exactly is your bid? Why is it so much less work? And we did find out that they were different materials. So the discussions were about materials, not about.
So they weren't bidding on what they understood the same specs to.
Actually, the bid probably should have had better specs in it. I would actually probably, next time, we need to put down the specific materials that we want in that bid.
Okay.
That was the problem here. So it was about the specifications of the bid,
So
which of course affected cost, but we were trying to find out, yours is 185, yours is 210, you know, what material does your 185 bring to us?
So one party withdrew their,
One party withdrew their bid,
and we've only got
one, we've only got one left. Yes, sir, so we'll accept that.
Okay, you have motion to.
I move that we accept the little bid.
More was deep.
But once again, it's totally different material.
Different material, yeah, we're just gonna have to go ahead and spend the money and put out our ad and our bid notices.
Exactly what materials we want.
Instead of leaving it up to them to call in and get the specs.
So
Yeah, or
we
have
all-
something in writing that we can send to them.
Yes, we will. We will. We'll be careful about that next time. You can't put out a general bid for specifics,
So
so.
one was uncoated rock, and coated.
Well, the other one's willing to let us do whatever rock we want since we were providing.
I know, that's what I don't understand what the big deal is.
Different asphalt.
Yeah. SPI was willing to use either one we wanted, but Lip Van wants to use coat. Anyway, what it matters is we don't have a one bid, so.
Okay, that's Lippum Asphalt paving.
I think so.
We're gonna note that was sold bid. What was that other company's name?
SPI. Out of North Lake.
SPI Withdrawal.
Yes.
Okay. I've got a motion by Commissioner Sykes, second by Commissioner Rogers to accept the bids submitted by Lippum Asphalt Paving. And do know that SPI withdrew their bid. All in favor? Carried, 5-0. Think there's anything, I guess the main thing, burn restriction is
I'd say we maintain.
We maintain.
We got a half inch
It's not a real general rain on.
I've got about a 10.
Yeah. I got a 10 on it.
Rain pretty good.
But that's the third Sunday in a row I've got vegetable horse.
RG Lip Roach showed .17.
Really?
Yeah. After 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
And this kind of just about the corner of.
Got my alert this morning.
Yeah, I saw that cloud back this way too. Done pretty good little amount of rain.
Yeah, no, it's gonna stay.
It was pretty intense there for a little while.
It's gonna stay there, it's got building on it.
That feels bad.
Needed it.
We just need the clouds to stay like that stay over the whole county for about 2 days.
Yeah, 'cause I got 0 lines.
Yeah, see, it's real spotty.
Man, it poured.
Looked at the radar, it's little red dots just all over the place, looked like measles.
What?
Was it about Saturday? It was poured out there?
There's a complicated case.
On Saturday.
Where?
You didn't get it? I don't know why, but it was-
Well, I got about a half inch there Saturday afternoon. 4 or 5 tenths.
You didn't get that. See, we're down the road. It's crazy.
We was over Throckmorton County, down south, Throckmorton County most of the day. Started back about 3 o'clock, and it was thunder and lightning back in there, and starting to try to build all the way back to home. It was evidence of showers here and there. I think I wound up with about 4 or 5 tenths.
You know, these little pop-up dry showers that pop up, I'm sure cause a lot of problems for the fire boys all the lightning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a good bit of that there falling down.
Yeah, the burn man ain't gonna do anything.
Not gonna help that. Ain't gonna help that lightning. They don't
The
listen.
man upstairs gonna always.
Does all that. High wind, lightning, and pools, we can't control it.
I believe we've completed the action items that we have on the agenda. We'll move into budget workshop. You can take a 5-minute break before we get ready. The budget workshop. We'll begin with Ms. Harden.
Good shape.
Now give me time to sign this.
And then get it going.
Good, huh?
So that's it for us.
Are we leaving the land?
320, 216.
Was there anything like copies of it?
Goodbye.
You're fine, you're fine.
Okay, here's what I'll have to make for you for me, but it's got all that stuff on there. Oh, you make copies. What do you want, just?
There you go. That's fine. I'll just put it in. Have a little newsletter.
Thanks, ma'am.
Y'all can read and
That is wonderful. Thank
to
you.
let y'all know what's going on.
That's innovative. Make sure the newspaper gets a copy of this. Citizens may not know what goes on in here.
I'll have to make it. I'll make it.
Wait, now, we're on break. We're on break.
Sorry. I'll have to make a coffee then.
Nathan, feel free to ask for copies of anything you might need. I don't mean to force you to take a copy of this. Information is information, right?
You can make a copy of it.
Okay, you can check that over this afternoon.
Okay.
See how many places we got.
My age never missed a chance to go pee.
You just said
I don't care. That's the rule of thumb for
It
pictures.
won't be on YouTube later.
I've said it worse than more.
Yeah, you people will get $100 kind of tire, now the same kind of tire full on the car. Then they'll get this thing just goes on a big truck. But,
Well, you know the routine on this.
$20.
Yeah, I don't like it. Those bars there, sale, person. I think, yeah, or they get right
This is the purchase order for it. Do you sign that or does he sign it? For the, I mean, like the delivery thing. Let's see, there's a place for a signature.
Hang on to that sugar thing. It's more work than the other ones.
Purchase signature.
You have to type everything in now. I don't know. You think that when you put the check in, it puts everything in? Oh, no. You have to. So I've asked them, why is it that we cannot scan the side and you put in the information of the person, and then you put the chip in and it reads the number? Sounds logical, huh? Nobody's ever asked that question.
Purchase Young County.
It's approved though, so.
I know. So give it like a few days.
You'll let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know this week, but I've asked the girls, I said, so do y'all want it or do you want to send it back? This one this morning, Jimmy's, he came out and talked about it. They didn't want to take it at all.
That's
So the third time.
And I'd say you sign that, right?
Yeah. I know. So the other one, the only thing we could tell was, because when you scan it, you put their name, put everything, the only thing you had to do was put the number on the back and the,
Oh, that's Young County.
sometimes you would have to put in the number because it didn't read it right, but that's it, but it put the name and everything. This is not even doing that.
Wow.
I know,
That is perfect.
I know. So, and I thought it would be a lot better, more updated. It's behind it.
Now, that probably need to come back with the delivery of it. Deliver it on there and put it on something right there. With it, what?
I'll ask them.
that on.
Do what?
Start on the 12th. I didn't know we was on the cloud. I didn't know we was on the cloud.
We're not, we're supposed to be going on it any time, but yeah, the records are kept out there on card or on the instructor, but it's in the file, it's in the file. But at any time, like we had a disaster or anything, it's one turn, we don't know, then the records are out there. In my office.
No, come out my candy jar at home.
Oh, I've got some down in the office too.
Well, bring them up.
They're down there in the,
Go down and get them, huh?
They stay on the counter.
Talking to my Navy veteran guy this Saturday, talking about you. The fact that you did it, he said, yeah, that's quite an operation when you see it going on. I just love to see it. Is there anything on YouTube about that, you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
I bet.
That's, it amazes me, the logistics of it. Does everybody have a job? And all the whole thing depends on everybody doing their job.
Is it your grandson that joined the Marines? Or
No.
did he join?
No, this is Mike Ball. Do you know Mike Ball? He was 20 years, Chief Petty Officer.
Oh, okay.
He was CB.
Yeah.
Okay. So he rode on the boats a lot. But,
No, I meant your grandson did join, didn't he?
oh, my grandson is,
I thought you were telling
no,
me.
my grandson's only 16.
Oh.
Not that he can't
Maybe
start
it was
looking that
somebody
way.
else. I know my son's waiting to go join.
Well, Mark's son is fixing to go in August, I think. So, he's got 3 adopted children, and the oldest one is going to
No.
follow his dad's footsteps and going to the military.
Unless it's
Wrong with
really
y'all with
something.
candy?
I did. I'm still thinking every high school graduate ought to spend 24 months in the military.
They can't hurt them.
You know, if they want somebody to pay for their college, I'll do it if you do something for us first. Always grow them up.
You know.
I've never seen a young man come back from military that wasn't a better person for it.
They don't need people in there that don't want to be in there. That just makes it worse. You know.
Can you tell the ones that think they made a mistake?
Or the people that work for us.
How do they get out? Any way
Either
they
get in
can?
trouble or just leave. They're hard to work with though.
You can't exactly resign out of the military, can you?
No, you can get kicked out.
Is that called A1?
Well, no, it's called dishonorable discharge.
Yeah. And you know, after so many years, a lot of them get overturned for dishonorable. And they don't care.
Just don't care. I mean, a lot of those people are told to go there, go to jail, right?
Yeah.
And that's terrible. I mean.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
What kind of attitude are they going with?
I don't
Yeah,
agree.
They're not really happy.
they're the ones that don't do their job. Right? I didn't ask you this other day, how many personnel is in the galley when you're cooking those meals?
Maybe 60.
60.
But that's split between all the different ones.
Well, I know,
Like,
60
and
every
then-
shift.
Yeah, and the main one, there may be like 20 while we're doing it.
So 20 of you can do that much work?
If they did in the back.
That's like he said, he said, you should see that equipment they've got. It's built
Like
for
today,
that.
though, we have to like I would have to lean over and get inside to clean.
Wow.
This big.
Fryers and all that kind of stuff. They're pretty dangerous.
They're taking them off.
Are
Used
they?
to have them,
Bacon,
yeah. Huh?
you want to be bacon more than frying?
As long as I get a copy up there. Okay.
Understand, them guys pretty much eat anything you lay in front of them. Oh, really? There's some meals where you go away more than people are eating.
Yeah. There's some that are not a big hit.
Is there snacks on board for them to eat in between meals?
You're dirty.
He's filthy.
Yes, there's snacks. We had a store. I didn't say
Sorry. We have other, the DD thing is what, online, is what they're information board on the wall.
I can't mess with you. That-
So I know it can't be anything,
Sorry.
It's nothing good.
nothing good, yeah.
Nothing good.
So, those pictures you took.
You're fine, you're fine.
Cell phone line?
Yeah, James Hudson, why didn't y'all call dig tests? That's just because we don't have to call dig tests. And he says, why not? We're doing culvert. They're regular items on lower top.
Mine's bigger, but.
And he says, you always gotta call dig tests. No, we don't. We got to top 24 inches. You know, and we're, anything we gotta get to do routine maintenance, as long as we don't go below 24 inches, we can do it. Right. If you look at that, from the top of the ground down, they were about 10 inches. You know, the culvert wouldn't fit in where they had the line going across.
I'm tired of the utilities doing this crap.
Well, you know, down that road a little ways, we did one before, they sent us a bill for $2,400. And I sent them the statute, and said, I don't think we're gonna pay this. And we didn't, they never heard no word from them. And Jake said, well, you know you're gonna pay for this, don't you? I said, no, we're not. So I sent him a statute yesterday, and then pictures. Here's where
Way
it
back border.
What do you say?
was. He said, send them to me. Here they come. Here they come.
What's your number?
She's making your own. It's 403.
You know, they tried to rescind that 24 inches a couple of last session, wasn't it? Session before last.
What's that?
That 24 inches that they're allowed the county and the exemption from calling the dig test on utility lines,
Yeah.
utility easements. They want us to call every time we scratch the bar ditch or scratch the road. And that's not a practical situation.
No, it's not.
We got 24 inches, 3 sites.
I was told that AT&T that we did. Said we had 16 inches.
No, sir, we got 24.
24.
Environmental respect. I don't worry about it.
Yeah, if it's very respect, we wouldn't have that to worry about.
Okay, for our budget presentation to begin with, we're gonna
Thank
have
you, man.
the Honorable County Clerk, Ms. Kay Horton. She's gonna tell us just how much she's gonna reduce her budget.
Not reducing, but I'm not asking for money, okay? But what I am asking for, y'all aren't gonna have to pay for. Okay?
That's good stuff.
The little newsletter I did is just to let y'all know what is going on in the clerk's office, and our sheriff gave me an idea, and I need to let y'all know what y'all are paying for when I come in and talk to y'all. So, we got a new numbering system that the records management paid for, and it's keeping us, it's just more updated. We're not having to stamp the volume and page. It's doing it automatically when we go to the computer. The girls are loving it. Haven't heard anybody complaining about it.
A lot of your clerks are getting away from volume pages. They're not making the copies to put into the books because everybody's running out of room. So as of May 27th, 2015, we have not made copies of our deeds to place in books. They're just in the computer. But I do have them backed up on a disc each month that I do send out to vendors. I do keep one, and one goes to the appraisal district. They are out when we do get on the cloud. They will be out there, but if something happens, if a disaster happens, and I had to get a deed, I could go through that data.
So you got multiple backups and multiple locations.
Yes.
Redundancy.
Yes.
Does the appraisal district still come over to the office and get
I
information?
send them records.
Just
I
send
send
back to
them,
us?
I send them a record, I download it and send it by computer over to them the first of every month. For the probates, I'm sending them a copy of an index, and we're back from A to present on what they have. So if they need something in a probate, all they have to do is call me and I can send it to them, other than send them all this paperwork that they don't need. So, and as we keep back, right, I'm hoping that each year that we get 3 years, so that we can hopefully scan into that we're with the present. So hopefully this next year I can be back to 6 to 19.
They're picking up stuff from their deed records that you send them.
I send them the first of every month, just like I do everybody else. The jury cards are working really well. I'm making the copies on the copier. They're costing less, and so far, we haven't had any complaints on them.
They're all official and okay with the
Got
state.
everything up there that we need. Credit card, chip reader, we kind of had a problem this morning with the patron, but we're trying to work it out. I've got things working with them, and so we're gonna see how we like it. I think I have the website called out for the county clerk side. If you need information, you can go there and get it on criminal, probate, whatever. Everything that I have to have on the website is there right now. E-file integration will be here next month. This is to help us to move things from civil cases over to our computer system faster. That's what that is.
The civil cases, they come in court and downstairs, or the JP one?
Civil for downstairs is under 10,000, minus 10,000, under 10,000.
Gotcha. All right.
But anything above 10,000 is upstairs. That's
Upstairs.
here's the civil, yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm hoping to have the e-criminal e-filing, our district clerk is already on. I'm hoping to be there by the end of the year, and that will help us on that. We do have our grants, and we're trying to help the sheriff's office on this, as when somebody comes in and brings in or wants a new grant or upgrading their grant or getting a new grant, we're getting them to fill out a contact information to give to the sheriff's office, so if the cow's out, they'll have the current information.
How often do you renew those?
They're getting ready to come up in 2020, and the Capital Association is working on how we're going to do that. If they're going to see something, if we're going to see something, so hopefully this next year we'll be hearing how we're going to be working on that. Because every 10 years, they're supposed to be coming out. So they're trying to trying to get everybody on board at the same time. We haven't heard anything on that yet. Vital statistics is coming, and that is something I'm going to be talking to y'all about in a minute that I'm going to be paying for. When a criminal comes into county court and he's put on probation, he's dismissed, for straight judgment, that information is sent to Austin, and we have to make sure that all that information goes into Austin, and we have to stay at 90% to make sure that the grants that y'all get go through, and we are there right now, and for 16, working with the sheriff's office in the county, and everybody, we are at 86 right now, so we're doing good so far.
I get some conflicting information. I get some information that says we're like 92 or 3%.
I know we just have to be 90%.
For
But
what
that's for
percent?
15. 16, but at 16, we're only at 86.
Okay, so
We're there right now, but for August, we have to be, in 16, we have to be there at 90. So we're almost there.
Well, we've got until August to do it.
Yeah, we'll make it. We'll be there. No problem. Last year I came in, or 2 years ago I came in, and I told you I had Brad Freeman, and he was helping me get my records onto the website, and we're scanning them all in. Well, we kind of hit a bump on that one, just to let y'all know. At the month, we're over the hill, we're coming down the slope. when they were scanned in, they were not at a decimal, and I can't say what all that stuff is anyway. I had 16,000 records that couldn't be read, but with the help of RDI and that data, we're over the hill, we're down to 200 records. So I talked to them, and I'm hoping to have something by the end of this month, the 1st of August. I had a vendor who was wanting to buy 100 years worth of records that caused all this. And I'm glad because it was found out. And I'm hoping by the end of this month, the 1st of August, to be able to get to him, and there'll be $2,800 received for records. And it'll be put on an external hard drive. Okay?
Yeah, question. Can a patron come in to your office and get the records on a particular abstract number from the patent all the way up?
For a little bit of research, yes, it could happen. For y'all's information, there was books and information in Nancy's office that were in filing cabinets and in books that the other tax office had that were on abstracts. I've taken all those records and they are downstairs. There is patent books that are downstairs that are able to be getting to now, that were in a back corner, that you can find them on that old bookcase. So yes, if you did some work, yes.
Well, I'll go in one of these abstractors, you know, and buy those records still. They can deliver that on a particular abstract.
They have a different kind, and I've asked that question, they have a different system than we do because of the kind of records they do more. I have a lot of people coming in and asking if there's a way that we can research by addresses. The information is there now, it's just come upon the clerk's office within the last 3 to 4 months. I've done some talking to NetData, and I've done some talking to our IT person. NetData seems that it would need to take a person sitting down, looking at these books and taking this information and putting it into the computer in one piece at a time. By talking to the IT person, he thinks there could be a program that I do have in the archive over here of trying to get a program to move that information into a spreadsheet, but then a person would have to sit there and move it over. To me, that sounds easier. So I've got that worked into the archive. So possibly in the future, yes, and I'm trying from when I came into present to have that information in it, but it's just from 15 forward. So from 15 to 18, you know, it's not there. But it could be. Okay. The county judge's office does puts in the information to prints off the criminal dockets and probate dockets and stuff, but it's up to the county clerk's office to get it onto the website, get the letters sent out to the defendant, to the bondsman, and to any attorney. Since Chris has came in and I've come into office, he's asked that the bondsman's and the attorney be faxed, so we have a confirmation that they have received the information, so if the person doesn't show, we're able to still go to warrant, but the defendant is still sent on there. Some stats on the OPR. They have come down and kind of come up. The remote is the new one. That's the one that we've got the new Bible stuff that's going to be changing. Burial transits, I don't know, the judge was asking about this, but that's when a body it's going to be moved because he's been over here and it's going to go to another county, and they have to have a piece of paper in their hand. By January 1st, they're going to have to be able to come through the computer to get to the county clerk. So we're going to talk about that in budget again here in a minute. It's not going to cost anything. Marriages, they're all into the computer. Criminal cases, we're about where Chris said we were. Civil cases, up and down on those. Probate, we're up and down on those. Just depends. But it's just to let y'all know what we've got coming in. 82 for a regular one, 47 if you do a common law. You come in and you just want to come in. Scanning progress, 2008 for criminal or probate right now. Civil is in 12. We're really not looking at the civil because you don't have a lot of people asking about those, but the probate and the criminal, they're asking a lot about. Just for information, in case of a catastrophe here, birth certificates, death certificate, marriage license are in the computer. We can get to them if we need to. Also, I do have a misprint there. It's not a DD-12, it's a DD-14. Wayne McCullum was cleaning out his office downstairs and came upon these DD-14s and asked us if we wanted them. Well, sure, why not? So we brought them out and we checked to make sure if we had them or if we didn't. If we didn't, we put them into the computer, so we do have a record of them, but I did keep the papers in, they are downstairs. They're in the document cabinet. So that they are in the computer, so if anybody asks if they need a copy of it, we do have it. Also, Stan Meadows was cleaning out his since he's no longer a registrar and wanted to know if I wanted the birth of the debt. So of course we took those. So as we get time, we're going to be checking those off too. Skinny projects that I have left are criminal, probate, civil, juvenile, brands, and marriage license. I found out that on brands in the computer we're back to 2015, which we need to go back because we can go back to the 1800s. In fact, we had a question the other day when the brand was actually started. So we had to go back and trace that. So if it was in the computer, it would have been a lot easier, but it's not. I do have marriage applications downstairs. I would love to get those scanned in along with the marriage license, and I can get rid of those. So we're down to records management. As you saw over here of what I had left in projects to be done, I'm going to ask if if y'all would allow a part-time person, maybe if I even found one, say by the 1st of August, to finish this up and finish up, just to help the girls down there to get some stuff into the computer faster. I've got $191,000 in my records management. $2,500 is going to pay for the integration that's in August. And then I'm going to be asking for a computer, a signature pad, and an iPad to be coming out. It's going to be about $3,500 out of my records management, and that's for Vital. And I've got that over here on the other side. But the printer is, Vital is telling me that it's got to be a heated printing lamp, which doesn't tell me a lot. It needs to be embedded into the paper and not just lays on the paper, on the special paper they have.
Wow.
Okay? So I've been talking to Peter, and he told me that he can give you one, and it's not as bad as we thought. The signature pad is for acknowledgement of paternity, and it's through Bible, and that's when a female goes out into the hospital and has a baby and doesn't put the father's name on it, but then the father wants to come back later and wants to be on it, or she wants him on it, so that she can get child support. They have to fill out paperwork, and it's got to go through the computer system.
So when he signs it, he's actually signing to the computer.
It'll be signed correct. That's $350, that's that, plus that $3,500 I'm asking for. And the iPad is for me to be able to take home, or if I'm not here, to be able to give it to one of the girls to take home, for the funeral homes to be able to get in contact with us by email for a burial transit. They're not going to be faxing anymore, they are going to be sent.
The burial transit, that's when somebody passes away here, and then Allen County requests them. Funeral home comes pick them up to take them out of county for
Right.
or
And it's
or
with
bring them
iPad,
coming
the
back the other
iPad.
direction.
So that needs to be immediate.
They have to have the paperwork on there and when they transfer. They have to have this paperwork. So when they send it to me, you turn around and we can sign on the iPad, send it back, and then they can print the paperwork. Right now they're doing it by fax.
It'll be Saturday or Sunday or.
And there's been a lot of times I have to come up on Saturday and give one,
Yeah.
give it to them, and that's fine. But now the one is to go to the
The
computer.
special printer you're gonna be getting?
It's an iPad, that's for
Special.
vital statistics.
Okay, the maintenance supplies, maintenance on it?
It's still gonna be, the cartridges are still gonna be about the same. It'll be taken to records management. I'm not gonna make it any better.
So the cartridges aren't anything special?
He
Are
said
they
they
cost
won't.
wise?
He said they won't.
Okay.
We'll just take them out of here.
It's just a process by which it prints.
Right.
A fee charge for every, transaction that comes through the court, a little data that goes into the record management.
Through the borough.
The fact that we've only got one hospital delivering in Young County,
I mean, we need children with an address of Graham, Texas when they're born, but they're
Well,
not.
and I understood that the first of this month I had a home birth that I didn't know anything about, that the midwife from Weatherford, who hasn't called me back yet, was supposed to let me know so I can confirm when Austin checks in with me. So apparently we had one.
When a parent comes to the county in which their child was born, that doesn't necessarily mean that the county's gonna have that birth certificate, or does it mean that you can
No.
find it?
Anywhere, you can go anywhere in the state of Texas as long as you were born in Texas and get a birth certificate.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But there is an exception there. Before, and I'm gonna say before 1960, on your remote birth, which is a abstract or a short form, if there's not an I down there, you cannot use it for a passport. And it's something to do with Austin. And I cannot guarantee that that's the date, but that was the date that they gave us. And that pretty much sums it up here. Passports are wanting a long form, so it's better if you can go to where you were, the county that you were actually born, and making sure, because if you do print off the remote, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't.
So if the information's on,
Huh?
Can you issue passports now?
No.
if the,
They're out at the,
if it's unknown as to where that child exactly was born, how do you find out? Where do you
sometimes
get
we
your
can
birth
go on
certificate?
to family search and we can find out where it was born sometimes. Or you can call down to Austin and they'll have a record of everybody that's from in the state of Texas.
Okay, they say, yes, they were living in Graham, but he was delivered in Mineral Wells or Palotina County or Tarrant County or whatever.
But sometimes you can go, and sometimes we can go on the remote and just not put down the county and just go all counties and we can find them sometimes, okay? That's why remote, sometimes it's good and sometimes.
Can you request birth certificate over the phone?
No, well, if you're out of county, you'll have to go onto my website. You'll have to fill out an application. Then you'll have to fill out an affidavit, and I'll have to have a copy of your driver's license, and that affidavit you have to sign in front of a notary, and the originals all have to come back to me, and you'll have to pay my cashier's check or money order.
Can that be done by mail?
Yes.
Copy.
Yes. As long as the application affidavit is the original.
So like if you're appointed Lubbock, you could just,
And you can go onto their website, pretty much print it off and do the same thing.
And get a long form birth certificate.
Okay. Now, there is some counties, I know Palo Pinto does not do remote. Archer County's not on remote until after January. And then she's gone.
rest of surrounding counties,
Uh,
rest of surrounding counties pretty much.
It just depends. You've got to realize that your bigger cities, let's use Mineral Wells. If you were born inside the city of Mineral Wells, you're going to be at the city hall. Birth. If you're born outside the city over there, you're going to be with the county. A lot of them don't know. Just think of Tarrant, or I wouldn't even want to deal
The
with
city
that.
and the county.
Right. So it's better
So
all
Palo Pinto General, all their births are being, they follow the
in
city.
Mineral Wells.
Young County went through that deal way back in the early 1900s, and there's about 10 years that nobody knows where somebody was born.
Oh,
And nobody was keeping record?
Really?
So Palo Pinto doesn't do remotes. They hardly ever, they don't do enough births down there to even worry about
Yeah, I
it. So
would
she
think
doesn't
so.
do remote.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
city.
Mineral Wells.
Yeah.
So
Glitch right there, and who was keeping vital statistics at the time.
that's what you're hitting at.
Do you get, do they deliver back to their home?
That last week was pretty good month, pretty good week. This week so far, I'm not even. So, yeah, and I understand those two doctors are over here, but I'm thinking they're still delivering over there. So, I don't know. Okay, so, I've gone
Back
to,
to this printer, how many takes do you gotta have a type of printer?
Vital Statistics is telling me what kind of printer I have to have. That's Austin.
Vital Statistics is a state office.
That's Austin, Texas.
There's
Texas
problem.
Department.
They got
That's all I'm gonna say.
Unfunded man, unfunded
And
man.
they're gonna have the computer.
Is that how Health Human Services work?
They're the ones that's telling me what I have to have on the printer and on the signature pad. Of what kind and stuff. Okay, and what kind of paper. And the paper, I've already been there once, they have knocked one kind of paper off. We're having to buy 3 sizes of paper, now it's down to 2, but it's a $500 setup every time I call in. So it's $1,000 for long and for reminding you. And then I was able to get one other sheet. So I've got enough to last until the end of the year.
That's reading for the 2 doors.
Right. And to help on our marriage. So, okay, so on records management, like I said, the only thing I was wanting to see on my records management, and I don't have a budget on it, but I just wanted y'all to know what I would like to see. So when I do come in here, y'all are heads up. And that's just a part-time girl. And that is to take my printer with 2 drawers and the ink cartridges, and I have that here that I printed off for you.
You got your time number already? You got just figured out part-time?
No. I'm just hoping I can get one. Signature pad and then the iPad. And I'm looking at $3,600 on that. I'm just hoping, because the girls, we do approximately 300 to 350 documents a month. Plus the criminal, plus probate, plus guardianships, plus juveniles, plus criminal, plus commissioner's court, and anything else that comes in, brands, whatever. So there's times that we are involved, but there's times that we're not. And so when we're not, I'm trying to get somebody in there to help me, because we have a long ways to go to get a lot of this in.
Can we pay, we can't pay out of the archives or the,
I can work it out of records management. I've also got it worked into on this one too. I've got it covered both ways. So, because I was working it in the archive first. And I've got this one back on the very back side of y'all, that for y'all to sign off. And everything covered here, the cameras. I planned on a $50,000 expenditure, and $2,500 of it was to see about getting that program that Peter thought could be out there to help fill in lot abstract tracts of survey and plat records. And then I had $30,000 budgeted for a person to be able to, after we got to bring it in. So I've got it worked in on the archive side, but I've also got it worked in on the records management. So if one gets low, then I have it covered on the other. So.
but you're expected to get revenue of 30,000 plus.
I'm averaging between 25 and 3,200 a month right now on each line.
That money's went up last year, right? Correct.
Right, but this next year they are asking, and this is something that I'm gonna have to be watching for. In 2019, they're wanting to take it from a $10 fee of what the clerk can get on a record to $5. A lot of the smaller counties, us being one of them, but like Archer and the smaller ones like that, that's the only way they have to do the books. So I see that we're gonna have a fight on our hands, so.
So we're gonna run it at a deficit, and that's gonna be running that at a deficit with that cut? It's gonna cost us more to do it than it is, but we're getting back.
What this is the fee that I get put in my records management and my archive to work on books.
Right.
Right.
Will continue to shrink.
Right, but I don't think it's gonna happen because of the small counties that we've got out here. And you've gotta think we've got still 9 that are by counties, and that's a combination clerk, and they're small. So I think they're gonna have a fight on their hands, so I don't see it happening maybe, but I'll find out more this next
Yeah,
year.
it was Harris, Barry, Travis, and Dallas.
Harris Bear and them have their own records out there, if you think about it. They have their own ordinances and different things to cover them for different things. So I'm not worried about them and what they're gonna do.
Well, who's wanting to cut it from $10 to $5?
This is the state. This is the
For
state.
what reason?
I don't know.
That's the same as a mandate, restricting revenue.
So it's just been
increasing
hanging out
expenses.
there that they wanted to see, and I think they're just wanting to see maybe what the clerks are gonna do. I don't know. But a lot of these clerks, they've got so many older books that need to be redone, or files that need to be taken care of and stuff, so, I don't know.
You charge 5,
10.
10.
And by 2019, they're talking about cutting.
Sounds like y'all need to have a fee, so what you need to do.
Well, I have a feeling that it's getting ready to start because in October, the girls are gonna be meeting out here, and that's gonna be possibly a discussion. And then we'll go back in March for another class, and then I imagine there'll be another discussion because by August or September, we'll be finding out. And with the way the legislation keeps changing stuff, I don't see how it's going to, what they keep putting on to us. So, what I would like for y'all to do is read over my records archive. I got this from another county, and it's just to put on file to y'all, showing that I did bring it to the courtroom, and to protect our auditor from the outside auditor and everything. So there is an order to adopt records archive plan. So if y'all see it in y'all's heart of having it,
You're saying we got one?
yep,
Not supposed to.
that's what I would like to see.
Depends who you talk to.
And the only thing I'm asking out of my budget, well, not out of y'all's budget, is I would like to see my girls get a 5% raise. We've had a lot of things hit us this year.
You don't want one?
Yeah, I would like to have one too, but there's been a lot of things that hit us this year. I mean, we've got the e-file, we're trying to get the criminal e-file, we've had the guardianship come through. We just had a lot of certain things that have been mandated on us to do. You know, we just like for y'all to can really consider with the cost of living out here and the cost of living in Graham, Texas of what it is and stuff.
Say all the rest of these were the same?
Pretty much the same.
Do we need to go ahead and adopt this order?
Do we need to put that on the agenda item?
That's up to y'all, I don't know. I know that it needs to be approved, and I just ran it from another county,
Right.
putting our information in, but I need to make any changes with no
I can't
one.
think
But
that.
this here
It's
is
to be put on the agenda.
Yeah.
to
I'm
run
just
it
saying,
and
we
stuff,
probably need to go ahead and work on it.
but that's what I would like to ask for. So pretty much everything that I need, I'll be running out of my records management or my archive, other than the raise that I would like to see the employees getting us. I would like to see the whole county do it.
Do we not have records management?
No.
You sure?
Records, no, there's not one. The only thing I have to come through and get it approved each time I'm going to spend something. But on archive, am I right, that I have to be approved through the year? Am I right?
So
So,
we're gonna get this on next.
She put it on there right now.
You really are.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Who wrote the body of this order?
I got it from one of the other counties. Yes. Yeah. When I was at one of the conferences, somebody had asked about it. So y'all have to realize this next year we have over 25 new clerks coming through, which the last big one was when I came through. We had over 50 something.
That's 10% of the county.
I know. Everybody's trying to retire because of everything that's been put onto them this year. Yeah. We've got a lot of them retired. A lot of young ones coming in.
I'd like to say you've been doing a great job on what you've been doing.
That's what I'm saying.
And
You're awesome.
what you've been doing with the records, keeping downstairs, that made all the difference in the world.
This transition time that you're dealing with from paper to digital has been a difficult bridge to cross. And you're
Yes,
doing a good job.
because y'all have to realize, I thought at one time that on the criminal side, that I was gonna be able to get rid of some files. But you sit back and you think about it, I came because that little thumbprint that goes on a document, when you scan it in, it's not always the best. I don't care how dark, how light you go, you cannot read the crevices. So you really have to have the paper and then try to make your copy. So if they need to come back and look at it, they could, the guys that are looking at these thumbprints and stuff to enhance them. So I'll probably never, possibly dismissals, possible.
Dismissals and deaths should do it.
Not necessarily.
Depends on the case.
Record keeping for different categorization.
And juveniles, you've got to keep those, so, but I am going to scan those in. We'll still have some of them down there, but yeah, probate will always be here.
You think you can generate up $50,000?
Yeah, I have 90,000 in there.
Yes, 30.
And I think it's a little bit more because I took this in June, so I have July, and I'll have August and September before this ever happens. So I'll have about 6,000 or 9,000 more by the time this happens.
And then you got 3.
I have 2, I'm down 1. I have just interviewed some, so I'm hoping to get one back in there. So, yeah.
You've been going through a lot of things, too. You've done good. Lost.
It's been different, yeah. It's been good, but it's been different.
I don't even know who works in there.
Up and down, up and down.
Up and down.
But anytime y'all have questions, I have moved my hours. We're working from 8 to 4:30 now. We were here from 5, but it was just me and one other office that was open, but I don't have nothing. I mean, we couldn't call out, we couldn't do nothing unless we could get downstairs, or just might as well kiss it by. If somebody came in and wanted to do something to that office, everybody would be gone except us, and Jamie might hear me, and I might hear something, I doubt it, if somebody came in. And I did have Mr. Locklear again the other day. So, very nice, very courteous. So, but I didn't have a bug or nothing, so.
That's the sheriff's buddy.
I know. He was fine. So, anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent
Y'all
job.
have any questions, give me a call.
You said that on TV. Okay, Horton. Travis Babcock's up.
Y'all ready?
Are you ready?
Alright, I'm gonna make this easy. I thought if I put it all together, kind of gets
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if you'll look,
What are you doing first?
what do you mean what am I doing?
Which one are you gonna do first?
The, right here, won't be
Follow the
there.
order that's what he just.
So I made it easy for everybody to understand how we're going here, but I will go with patrol, and then
Sir?
I'll go with patrol first. Then I'll go with the jail, then I'll go with dispatch. Okay? Some of the reasons why that I'm asking for a few things this year, I put it on this request form on the very front. And I'm just gonna go ahead and read it to you real quick. The Young County Sheriff's Office has fallen behind in salaries over the last 10 years. An adjustment is needed. It has been a custom over the years to apply a salary increase across the board countywide. This has caused the sheriff's deputies to fall behind what licensed peace officers are paid in surrounding counties. A licensed peace officer is required to maintain at least 40 hours of continuing education each training cycle, along with remaining proficient in each of the skills required to perform their duty. They represent the highest probability of litigation of all of the county employees. The more experienced and better trained deputy is less likely to cost the county civil damages and lawsuits. With today's climate, they are in the most danger of any of the county employees. They not only face the normal dangers of police work, but are now being targeted by groups such as Sovereign Citizens, Black Lives Matter, and a host of other individuals. The Sheriff's Office is a 24/7 operation and must continue to operate in all weather, under all circumstances. It doesn't matter how short-handed or tired the staff is, they will always respond to any call for service. We as individuals and as the agency pray we never have to answer a call for service by saying we are not going to be able to respond. The following requests for manpower and pay increase are required to provide the exceptional service and the citizens of Young County have come to expect under my leadership. The confidence in this, as we are currently manned, is causing an increase in overtime and fatigue on the deputies. So on the salary for the sheriff, I was asking an increase from the original $47,232 to $52,000. And all these salaries are just a 10% increase. Of the 59 counties in the 10,000 to 24,999 population, 47 make more than Young County. The average salary of the 47 counties included salary supplements, travel allowance, and in 3 cases, a car allowance is $62,582. 44 of the 47 counties in this category provide a vehicle for the sheriff and do not pay a car allowance. The sheriff is responsible for the largest number of employees in the county. And also the sheriff has the greatest risk due to the civil and criminal litigation, not only for the county but individually. The chief deputy increased from 40,205 to 44,226. The chief deputy is responsible for the day-to-day operation of the largest office in the county. He also ensures investigations are thorough and complete. He works on the quality control of all cases filed. The Jack County Chief Deputy makes $46,500 right now. Archer County Chief Deputy makes $46,000. The Archer County Chief Deputy is not an exempt position and accrues overtime with that salary as well. The Jack County Chief Deputy is exempt and does not accrue overtime. The Young County Chief Deputy is exempt and regularly works over 86-hour pay periods without additional compensation. Patrol deputies, I'd like to see an increase from $36,071 to $40,000. The Jack County deputies start at $36,180 and have a certificate pay bringing them to $37,400. Archer County deputies start at $41,200. The Archer County's population is around 9,000. And its largest town has a police force. Jack County population is also around 9,000, and its largest town has a police force as well. Young County is 2 times that size, and its largest town has a police force. And Young County at this time is also supplementing all. Patrol Sergeant, who is also our training coordinator and evidence supervisor, I'd like to have his increase from $36,660 to $41,000. The patrol sergeant has taken on additional duties and is not being properly compensated. Our investigator, I'd like to see an increase from $38,433 to $41,500. The manpower increase, I'm asking for 2 additional deputies for the full-time courthouse security. One of these deputies can fill in as bailiff if one is unavailable due to sick leave or vacation, ensuring there is always a security presence in the courthouse. These deputies will also perform the duty of civil postings at the courthouse, eliminating the need to pull a deputy from his normal duty to perform the civil process function. These deputies can be paid for through a combination of courthouse security funds and a portion of the civil process fees. I would like to ask for another additional deputy to cover shifts for vacate on the patrol part, not at the courthouse. To cover shifts for vacation, sick leave, and each county employee receives 80 hours of vacation annually plus between 11 to 13 paid holidays. Because we are a 24/7 agency and operating short-handed, not only puts our deputies at risk, but also places the county in jeopardy of lawsuits because of injuries or lack of response. We are forced to pay overtime when one of our deputies uses their vacation or holiday benefits. Using only the numbers based on our 6 patrol deputy positions, this equals 1,056 hours of overtime necessary for vacation and holiday coverage. At the deputy's current rate of overtime pay, this comes to a minimum of $25,544.64. This does not include the double time pay for holidays, nor does it consider sick leave coverage. The additional deputy would be assigned to work a normal 8 to 5 Monday through Friday work week unless someone takes off for whatever reason. This deputy would handle walk-ins at the sheriff's office, civil process, administrative assistance, monitor vehicles and equipment maintenance, computer and video maintenance, and transport items to the lab and assist in investigations. And that was pretty much all of the, for the reasons why that I'm asking for that 10% increase on the pay. One other thing that I did put on here was that we were having issues with our key cards on some of the doors. We're not being able to access them, and as long as everything's given, we're probably going to have to replace everything in there.
And I'm trying to, we already have someone looking at it right now, supposed to give us an estimate on what it's gonna cost us. And from what I was told, that we need to increase that from 17.5 to 27.5 so that we can, have that replaced by next year.
What is that, 10 years old?
Yes. So,
Is it a card problem or a reader problem?
it's just a reader problem.
You're not demagnetizing the card or anything like that?
So we tried everybody's cards and
Got
redid
the new
them.
ones.
Yeah.
It's just like the rest of the jail, they kind of went the cheap route, I think, when they built it.
So, we've already went over the part where, about the salaries, but I did increase the overtime to match what we've been having so far year to date.
35.
Yes, sir. I mean, I feel like that's probably the only way that we can eliminate if we don't get the extra manpower is to increase our overtime so we don't go over budget on our overtime.
So let me ask you something, Sheriff. Like, if you did get that extra guy,
Mm-hmm.
then that would cut your overtime back down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the, you know what I'm saying?
Savings would be
The
between.
savings would be between the
New,
two.
the extra deputy versus what we're paying on overtime.
With FICA and insurance and all that, to make sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of number crunching that needs to come out of the auditor's office.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just,
Right.
But your new guy sitting off,
do what? My new guy's what?
sitting off, but I do pay.
No, because you talking about this extra deputy I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No. What I want that new one to do,
Additional deputy sign extra Monday through Friday.
You don't think he's sitting there waiting to take work?
I think like if Joe Smith is working the night shift, then this guy will take Joe Smith's place.
right,
on
but
night
not,
shift.
his, the primary too, I mean, he's also not, he's just not going to sit in the office. He's gonna be doing all of our civil process, all of it.
Unless you let him.
Huh?
I said, not unless you let him.
No.
You'll sign him plenty of duties. But
Yeah.
if he's off doing something else, he's not there in the office for the walk-ins.
Right.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Yeah, you can get a lot done.
Unless somebody's on vacation.
Unless somebody's
or
on
sick,
vacation or
Then
sick,
he's covering
then we
maybe
can have
6 to 6.
We have that guy doing that shift right there.
Right.
We're not gonna be having to, pay overtime like we are right now. Because I have one guy that's gonna be getting overtime tonight because of the same situation.
So what line did he come out of his deputy salary?
We'd have to do it on that same one, we just have to change that one on 104 from 5 to 6.
It would just be another deputy
Yes, sir.
salary.
Yes, sir.
It's not figured in this,
No, sir.
Yeah, that's something that we need to figure out, because
Yeah, you're good.
if you figure out,
Yeah.
right, the FICA, the insurance and all that, see if it's gonna be cheaper than having to pay the overtime.
You can run us some numbers on the proposed requests for salaries on the.
What about the other two, Travis?
Sorry.
What about the other two?
The other two. Oh, you're talking about the courthouse security? No, you're talking about the courthouse security. That's why that I put it in here, because I'm trying to figure out where that we want to do this, if we want to make another line item for this on the courthouse security deputies.
Would they be designated only as courthouse security?
Here, and that's it.
Then there would need to be a line item, I think.
Likely they can be an employee of the court, you carry their commission.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do that.
I don't think anybody else does that. Wichita does it, carries it on the sheriff's office.
Yeah, so does Eastland.
Eastland County does too.
Yeah. Since we're gonna be doing it anyway, I mean, we're in charge of making sure everything's in good standings on security.
Do it.
So that's the only thing that I mean, we can make another line item and put 2 more deputies right here. And like you said, they will be right here.
Yeah.
And if one of them gets sick, because they will, if one of them gets sick or
Vacation.
vacation, then we'll always have, we'll put somebody in there if it has to be me. because I want two in here at all times.
So you have 2 security personnel on duty all the time at the courthouse, lights open.
Monday through Friday. Yes, sir.
Is there a need for that?
You know,
We go from 0 to 2.
Yeah.
Hmm?
We go from 0 to 2.
Oh, yeah. I want 3, but I will do it 2.
What's your expectations of 2?
What's my?
Why do you need 2?
For, huh?
On each floor.
Well,
Well,
between that,
it's not just that. We have,
what's precipitated 0 to 2?
and I'm working on a lot of this stuff still, but we have an issue with entries.
With what?
Entries into the courthouse. And that's one of my biggest concerns right now, because we can't shut the west side down because of the handicap. And nobody really wants to shut down the front.
Don't shut down any of them.
Well, I understand, but
Right.
some of these doors are gonna actually
They'll
be.
be there.
Yeah, absolutely. But do we shut down all of them at the west side?
That's the only one you could, if you close them all, that's the only one that you could,
Leave open?
you'd have to leave.
Absolutely. So I'm
I think the
trying,
only reason you never need to shut down all of but one is like, let's say you had a Ross, a murder trial here, you know, where it's high profile, then you might want to do that.
yeah, well,
I couldn't see it.
and, you know, you could have one, could be walking around, you could have one sitting at the door, but when you have a trial going on, you're gonna need 2 people working in there, checking people as they come in.
Then who you gonna have as bailiff?
Do we have bailiff in that? It's either Tommy bailiff or me or one of my other deputies that are like, what I try to do is I put like me or John Orr in here.
Did y'all have to go to the bailiff?
Everybody
Training?
sooner, I mean,
And you
eventually.
have to, it's mandated.
Is the bailiff not capable of handling courtroom security now?
If anybody's going to bailiff.
The court,
Exactly.
the bailiff in the courtroom is responsible for one thing, and that's the judge. That's all he's responsible for. His sole responsibility is make sure that judge is safe.
So when Judge Bullock has a trial in here, who does his bailiff?
Most of the time, Dennis does.
Is he armed?
He is.
Okay.
And he's went through the training, certified
Have
training.
you had very much trouble over it?
A couple times.
Well, there's a time or two that got a little testy.
It's gonna, I mean, this is gonna happen.
Sir?
I said, when was the last time the Texas courthouse had a shooter inside the courthouse?
I don't know, I haven't looked to see the last time, but
I don't want to talk about the parking lots, because that's a different story.
it's a different story.
Got a little testy.
Testing. It's a gun, yeah, I mean, it's gonna get hairy.
It's just,
Well, people get unruly everywhere.
and that's my deal. It's not a matter of, I don't believe, if, it's just a matter of when.
At least more of that coming out, some of what Travis is talking about. This judge is the legislative chair of a security committee that would be Judge Dial and Travis, myself, District Judge Steve Bristow, and
Mailer,
let's see who else.
Yeah,
Mailer's not.
he was supposed to, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He was there, he was there. And I have a gentleman coming over here August the 1st, 10:30, and he's gonna walk around and do like an assessment audit type thing on the courthouse. And just tell us where we're lacking and what we need to be doing.
If you ever want to really look at it, a good courthouse security system, go to Hill County. I got one of the best I've seen.
You say Hill County?
Hillsborough.
Okay.
They're got the cameras, they're personnel.
I'm going to go to a couple of them next week, so.
And you can compare Hill County to Young County easily. About the same. Maybe a little bigger.
It's probably gonna become a mandate there anyway.
Anymore, I don't know.
Matt Springer.
That's the judge, that's the court.
What do y'all, this committee that y'all have going,
Yeah, we talked about having one meeting.
Yeah,
We've talked about it, I'm getting some numbers for different things.
So you interested in it?
Yeah.
Getting courthouse security?
But
We,
it's about chairs.
Courthouse
And I-
security needs to be under the SO's
Yes.
direction.
Judge Bristow is even very interested in this as well. I think everybody was interested.
I made contact with two different, one of them Guardian security companies.
And I believe with two, we can handle it, and if we can't, different situations, we'll probably need more people, and we'll just bring more of my guys over.
But then you're paying overtime.
But that's okay, but we're gonna adjust for that, because it's just like that trial we had last year. That hammered me up big time in overtime.
Well, let me ask you a question. So you get, let's say you,
But it's just like
in this world here, you get these two security people. What about that one deputy that's Monday through Friday 8 to 4? If somebody's missing,
Yeah.
and they need to bring somebody
Absolutely.
over, you can bring him
Yeah.
over here.
And
So
the
he's
reason-
just a rover. He can do anything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons. I know it sounds like, 8 to 5 doesn't mean, but 8 to 5, that guy's gonna be
You may get a few weeks of it, and then
He's gonna be doing a lot.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing a lot of different.
Our taxpayers will want to see him doing something.
Oh, I imagine. I don't have a doubt about that at all.
So you got anything else on this, Mr. Ferguson?
Well, I want to talk, and this is just about vehicles. I put in that we have like 3 administrative vehicles, actually 4 of them. But at this time, I'm just trying to get some vehicles. And I've got some bids from Mr. Hughes on different things. We got,
How many total vehicles do you have?
we had, well, I got them right here. We wrote down on this right below you. I don't know how many, I didn't put down how many total vehicles that we have. I just put down what the ones that I want to try to do something with that have way over 100,000 miles. So that's why that I went in here and I was talking about maybe even going to, with administrators, going to these Dodge pickups. We don't have to have that police package or anything like that in these administrators' vehicles. Now, we can, and I also put in here, I went and found all the expenses that we've been paying on keeping these things running. Yeah, well, or do we sell them outright, or, all the vehicles that I was talking about replacing, we own. So we can sell them, use the money, put on these. If we do this, I was even, considering what I would do is put that Tahoe into the patrol of mine, because it's ready to go. Except we just had to put a cage in it, and that's it.
And get like a long car.
But it's on, well, these
Not police package.
These pickups that we have, we could use those and they would still be on that rotation where, we don't have to end up paying for all the warranty stuff and paying for all the expenses out of our pocket. So we can either, go back the way it was and just start buying our vehicles outright so we can hand them back down. But it's eventually going to come to a point where chief deputy and the investigators aren't going to have any vehicles to drive because of the mileage on them. We have a pickup right now that I think is the 2006 that needs a transmission, and I haven't done it. And there's a lot, also I want to talk, about this Charger, that's the jail car, the jail transport. I've got a bid in here for another Ford Explorer, just like the one we have. I'd like to,
It's not police package either, is it?
that Ford Explorer, he says it's just like that one we have right now. It doesn't, he says it's, the cost is the same.
It's paid for.
Yes. But really and truly, I mean, that charger, we have to get rid of that. We need to get rid of it. The only problem that I'm looking at on the other ones, like I said, on the administrative vehicles, is the high mileage and the repairs we're having to put into them. And I parked that 2006, but I really don't, I mean, we're over our budget now on repairs on automobiles.
You know that 2013 Chevy Tahoe, 10 bays, 2010 3 quarters, a lot of repairs in those.
Yeah, I mean, and they don't need anything.
What kind of repairs are they, like tires or is it engine stuff?
Most of it's like transmission and engine stuff. And on the Charger, it's not showing a lot of the stuff that we had repaired because most of it, what we have is repairs on that Charger. We had to take it to a dealer to have it worked on. And I don't have that information. One in that car. It's quite a pickup.
Handicap pickup,
Mm-hmm.
What model is it?
2006.
Isn't that what we got from the task force?
Got it from where?
From the task force resolved?
Well, it's for my time. But I know we've spent quite a bit of money on that pickup already, and I don't know if it's worth putting another transmission in and selling it, I don't know.
We're selling it like somebody else with a transmission.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
So that's it.
Yeah.
Just sell that as is?
Yeah. So I did still with my tractor, sold it as is.
Right.
John.
I mean, I just gave y'all a few things we can do with these vehicles. It's just,
You know, let's say so.
or we can just leave it like it is.
Okay.
But I really don't want to do that.
Need some prices here on these new vehicles that they come to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we need to look at. We really need to do some research on that courthouse security like you were talking about, and see if it's gonna be like a mandated thing coming up. We really need to start looking at it.
Well, it's not mandated yet,
Yeah,
it's just an
right.
advisory committee that gets together and they'll make request or they give the advice to the Commissioner's Court. Commissioner's Court fund whatever, they've got discretionary matters required funding, so it's not mandated funding. It's just things that will be brought to your attention that.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
Well, I see, we getting these little pieces of locking this door and locking that door and getting this new door and that new door and whatnot. And just driving, the society is driving down toward our guarding control entryway, and you can't do that here without shutting all of them. Having magnetic locks of some sort or key fob entry, so the employees and things come in.
Right.
At least 2 of the doors. I just foresee it coming, the courthouse is strict access security, so
Yeah.
you've got one access coming in, especially with the configuration that these old courthouses are. I mean, they're designed to be wide open. But it's kind of,
I mean, look at Wichita, they've had 100 doors, now you got one entrance. That's it.
and they're.
It takes you 10 minutes to get through it.
I'm kinda like John, I don't think we ought to wait, I think we ought to just, if we do a little bit at a time, we need to be doing something.
Now, I don't
saying
do,
ease in,
I don't do that, but I see it coming.
Do we have the funds to do it?
Excuse me?
Do we have the funds to do it?
Well, the things that I've looked at, about 4 or 5 different items are surprised. I thought that'd be a lot higher. I was surprised.
Regardless of the price, do we have the funds to do it? Funds are going to have to come through
Well,
our budget.
I wonder if grants are available for.
That's what I'm saying, as far as equipment goes, we're gonna need, as far as equipment goes,
So
we'll get
there's
that.
no security accounts that are available to us to do this kind of
That's
thing.
what I'm saying, is there any grants out there for
I mean, there's-
security? There is?
You can get,
There you go.
you can get equipment
Right, that's what I'm
on
talking about.
grants.
Grants or tax money
there,
too.
there may be some grants out there.
Yeah,
and
you can still get it.
Our
It'll be a lot
courthouse
better.
security fund,
Less.
I don't know how big it is.
It
You
only
don't
has
get that.
7,000 in it,
How much?
7,000.
70?
7.
7.
That's on the
I
courthouse.
wish 7
That's on the
zeros.
courthouse
I
security
think
fund.
you're thinking it through.
Well, then no, there's no near nothing.
No.
Courthouse security to get it done.
Door lock.
No such thing's free.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know, I just hear tell Judge Bristow's off on vacation.
Yeah, he's
Well,
on
they
vacation.
pay $7,000 and charge them our time back.
Once again, let's piece it together again.
I'll get him a prize
But at
with
least
the information that I've got when
$7
we get back.
Well, what I'd like to see too
Takes to get that.
is her door with some kind of a lock,
At least
your door with some kind of lock, and the county attorney's lock.
that's what
Well,
I'm going.
Sir.
We're gonna go through the others.
You may not be able to, but the county attorney and him need one. And I have reasons why that I just say not talk about right now. But why the county attorney and Judge Bullock need one.
Well, I agree with you that it needs to probably be done all at one time. We need to formulate and design a system and put it in place.
I can tell you that's, yeah.
But I can tell you what's gonna happen in the next legislative session. We're gonna be dropped from an 8% rollback amount to a 4% cap on our taxes. At a time when we're needing to be able to raise taxes. So we need to be asking ourselves, how are we gonna perform in a rollback election?
Well, taxes we need to be raising this revenue.
Yeah.
Needs to be coming.
County.
There you go. You need to increase that revenue.
Fund public education and do all those things that they're constitutionally supposed to do.
Right.
So could we voluntarily this year do 4%? Can we try? Can we try to do 4% this year and see how it works out?
Oh,
Probably not.
I'll let you talk about that.
Face the camera.
I don't know, it's, I think our value, I did send y'all a upgraded value.
Yeah.
Or estimated value, it's not certified, but it's adjusted up some, I think, so I believe our value's up a little bit. Which will
Yeah.
drive our tax rate down some. It's a good thing.
State's working real hard, to drive our expenses up, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of money gonna drive that up. Okay,
Anybody else have any questions?
this just pertains to the patrol,
Oh, it's,
and then they have anything to do about the jail.
yeah, well, I didn't get, but it's on
Get
there. It's on there. We didn't go through the jail.
Let's do it.
Is it just the raises?
Well, on the jail, the raises went up. I did it just straight across for everybody in all 3 departments. But on the jail, trying to think, I went up on the overtime because we are already over as well.
Well, can I ask you a question? If you do have this guy that's if you're 8 to 5 guy, and there's a transport, you need to transports instead of having to call somebody in and do overtime on the
Yeah.
jail too. So
Absolutely.
that could help that out too.
Right.
Can I ask you why you didn't include Palapin in your comparison?
So they make a lot, they're bigger for one. I tried to make it where.
But the others are half our size.
Well, I know, but I tried to make it, not all of them.
You afraid to scare us to death?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to, I mean, they already
I'm
make.
sitting here looking through 2018 wage
Yeah.
scale.
Well, it is a shame that Archer County and Jack County make more than that.
Deputy makes $51,830.
Yeah.
Well, that brings a question up there. You said the chief deputy in Orchard County was not exempt employee.
Mhm.
Jack
Does that
is.
mean they just had one deputy?
No, chief deputy.
Chief
I say,
deputy.
does that mean that he just got one deputy under him?
Oh,
He
no.
don't supervise more than one?
And I don't know why, how they get away with that, but he's,
They've got 6 or 7.
and I got this information from John because him and they meet once a month and talk, you know. So that's the information where I got it from.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't either, because if you're supervising anybody more than one, then you can't be.
You can be exempt.
I don't guess you have to be, but you can be.
It's just that they just chose not to do that for him.
When you lose a deputy here, where do they go?
Archer, Jack.
I lost a jailer to Archer. One of my deputies went to Bowie, making more money as a police officer. I really don't know, to be honest with you, once they leave. But most of them are going to bigger agencies, more money.
Bigger or comparable to what all we are.
Or
I mean, if you go
I-
Bowie, they're about
To be honest with you, I don't know if they're big or not, I just know that they're telling me they're making more money, so. We haven't had
You've had some go to the lake too.
some of them just don't, some of them just go to different careers.
No, I'm talking, what is that? BRA, and you had Palo Pinto.
Alabama, what's their jail? It's bigger than our jail, isn't
Which one?
it? Alabama.
Yeah, their jailers make $43,265.
They almost sent us 80 inmates the other day.
I don't know that it's any bigger than this one. It might be a little bigger.
A little bit, not much,
It ain't much.
not much.
It's built, there's a lot
But
of.
they have at least 6 plus employees per precinct.
They also have a city jail in Mineral Wells.
And I know one's budget is way over $1 million just for his
Yeah,
budget.
well, our population, Alpena County population is probably about 28,000.
And then 10,000 more than ours.
And they get a couple more tax
And
dollars
then
in
also,
also.
their tax base is gonna be a whole lot more.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Their budget is about 18 million versus our 12.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I'll explain that. On the jail, on the budget line 426, it was at 400, and I was gonna raise that to 4,000, and I'll tell you why. We, for some reason, do a lot of transport, and we're having to go to like Galveston, Corpus, Houston, to do these transports. I'm trying to cut down, one, on 2 people going, having to pay all that overtime, and leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning to travel somewhere to pick somebody up and hitting deer and hogs and causing $3,000 worth of damage on my vehicle
And stand away.
and staying away. So the whole thing is safety to me with the individuals plus our vehicles.
So you're
And
saying go down there and then spend the night and pick them up? in
Spend the
morning?
night, pick them up, and then come back, you're refreshed, you're ready to go.
Hotel
That's-
bills would come out.
Yeah.
That's why, and that's why I was raising it to 4,000 instead of 400. So that we can start using hotels and meals. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, there's an extra zero in there, wasn't there, Steve?
We went up a little bit on the jail supplies. The food service for the inmates, I think we'll probably be okay right there where we're at.
Is that line 493, that work program accident insurance, is that just come from
No,
another
I think
line?
that that's a typo. I think that should go down in that capital outlay, shouldn't it?
Yes.
We don't do
Yes.
that
I don't, yeah,
in-house.
I don't, yeah, that was,
Just more.
needs to be on the other line.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
The other thing that we need to look at in this bill line item is, we need to look at, we've got a lot of cameras out there that ain't working. We also have a locking system in the jail that is on its last leg. And then we also have, our recording systems, the DVRs, we're gonna have to do something with DVRs.
We have the whole wing over there on that one side that that camera here.
Well, on 352, 562, 352, did you put some of the cameras and stuff in that? Put somewhere for 300,000?
Really, on the cameras, we do out of 573, that other,
573.
573.
because that other's more for maintenance on them.
Well, do you think that, I don't know, that's, how much did those cameras cost us last time?
I could look it up.
They were 30-something thousand.
Yeah, I
I
think
could
so.
say, because
Yeah. But that was with one DVR. And we've got 5 or 6 DVRs in there that are.
I need to get some kind of an estimate on that. The ones that need to be replaced.
okay, I can get you a cost, I guess, on the other cameras that we need to put in there, and y'all want me to go ahead and put it on this bottom line item?
Need to know.
It'd be nice if we could stay with the same kind of driver. Be compatible. The difference between today's DVRs and the ones we got in there, the 307, is they record longer and they record with more cameras in them.
Better cameras.
You've got some cameras on outside, it's not.
Yeah.
That's just the thing about the nature of that kind of electronic equipment. It only lasts so long.
No, they're working, they're just,
Not very good term.
yeah.
Where the world is. We need
Well,
more cameras.
And I believe it's more of the ones that are like right back.
There's the ones in front, and the one in
The one in the front by the side.
Right side of it.
Yeah.
And then
And it's
there's some
just-
out there in the back, right here by the,
I think the weather is the main thing.
Sunshine. Heat.
Dispatch. Same thing, 10%, and then I went, just about find it. We didn't change, that's the only thing, pretty much we changed. Huh?
all of this back.
That's just all the dispatch.
Yeah, that was.
That's that one dispatcher that
Only pays for.
only pays for.
Did you talk to them, John, about that?
About what?
Well, we found that we did send them requests last year.
You got what?
We did send them a request last year within the time limit.
Yes, they did send that extra, well, they, I don't know if they sent it, but they were cutting the check for that extra.
They were putting a check
Yes,
for it.
yes. Because I do think you emailed them or something, Tim, and,
So is that a line item that you guys are really supposed to deal with? I mean,
What's that? Well, we had to deal with the situation because of the interlocal agreement we had with.
yeah.
It has to do with money, so.
I understand. I just.
yeah, but it's on the revenue side, of it,
Yeah.
because it has everything
Yeah.
included in it.
On the K-9 deal, the two deputies, 2,400.
Yes, we just have to pay them a little extra for having the canines.
And that's something that we came up with, right?
Yeah, I pay an extra $100 a month.
So like, let's say yours and Moore's vehicle, let's say you went out to Bailey's and found just a regular F-150 Ford pickup, would that be how much cheaper than doing this police stuff? Just a regular old?
Well,
truck?
that's what these are regular, these pickups don't have the police package in them.
How much were they?
23 or 28.
Ah, that's pretty cheap for a pickup, a brand new one.
I'm just saying that the Ford Explorer is the one where that they'll have that, it costs about the same just to have it in there.
Did you look local just to make sure, just see what they could do too?
Well,
Just
yeah,
so we can suspend money on camera.
actually we did.
Did you, like at Bailey's? What is the big place?
Because Billy went, we talked to all of them.
What about this new, I mean, the one that took over Davidson's?
I would
I
check.
might want
with
to talk
them.
with them. They're making some deals right now. They're making some deals right now. I honestly check with them and see what they can do for a pickup, for GMC. I mean, I trust Billy, but.
Did we know how to go out board process?
It's government price.
It's government pricing. That's why I was thinking they might.
And on that Explorer, it probably has, did you say it has a little bit of the police package? If you do, you get a discount on that also.
Yeah, and it does.
Even if you just have grill lights or whatever,
They
anything
bought them
that
out.
makes it a discount.
They've already turned the kid down faster.
When that happened?
3-4 weeks ago.
Maureen is not there anymore. Been a long time since you could say that.
But I really did honestly hear that they're doing a lot of good deals there, Travis. Just check. I mean, we keep our money in the young here, that'd be great.
He did check them. I'll go check again. He did check them.
But he hasn't checked with these
This is
people, I
with
promise.
Two Chevys and a Ford and a Dodge.
I have to look at where it's again, what he has on there. I don't want about four of the Explorers. No, just one. That's gonna replace the Charger.
Check our loan, make sure you can do that. Check. Yep, absolutely. Great.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Is it out?
We're just gonna punch the button for me. Roll back inside.
I never hit the right button. Is it out?
And so one, I don't know, you resell it, probably there also.
Memory card display.
I wonder if we should try that, if you're gonna sell those vehicles, do that gov deals, do you?
It wouldn't hurt to try it. You know,
Yeah, I've always got Ford pickup. This Ford that I'm talking about, the Explorer, the SUV for the transports.
be cheap.
These pickups are Dodges. Yes, sir.